What's up, party people? I know it's been forever since I've made a video, especially me, like talking to you guys on my webcam. I'm gonna tell you all a story about the time when me and my homies went to this sketchy ass club that would have escalated far worse than it already has. So basically, what happened was me and my homies, we was looking for an after party event because we was just coming from a rave that night. And so they both found this like random place that doesn't really have a name on the building. It's just this, like random spot area, this like random building. And so after walking into that building, I was immediately not feeling it. Like I was just not feeling it at all whatsoever. And so I can already tell that it's very grimy and how it's like, just not really like pleasant to be around. Also, the place was also kind of filthy. It wasn't really like all that clean or whatever. And the music that was playing there, it was playing rap music. Like I can, if there was like one thing, basically one or two things that I liked about that place, it was probably some of the rap music that was playing because some of the rap music I remember hearing when I was like really little that I kind of liked. So it was kind of nostalgic, and I also kind of liked the drinks there as well. And there was this, tall girl that I'll speak about later in this video. But yeah, we got there. It was just the three of us, like me and my other two homies. We found this like table that we were sitting at, and my other homie, he is the cameraman. He has a camera and he brought it with him and everything. And so there was this random tall black guy. He was it was this random tall black guy. Let's just call him Demon or whatever. So Demon, he had randomly walked up to us and he was like, telling us that like we had to like move or whatever because he's gonna have like I guess people coming over or whatever. I don't exactly remember the reason. Like the music was very loud. I could barely hear anybody. And so he was telling us to like, like kind of like get our stuff ready to like move our areas or whatever. And then I didn't really think much of it. I thought that maybe we were just in his spot or whatever. And so like right after that, he had noticed that my other homie, he was a cameraman, and he was like, like trying to get him to like record him like like flexing his fake jewelry and like recording himself like performing for basically everybody at that club when he was like performing his song or whatever. That shit was hot garbage. That shit was ass. It was fucking terrible. And so and so yeah, like he was. And so my other homie, he wanted to charge them for like getting them to like record them or whatever. Basically after that, he was like trying to like bribe the three of us with like free drinks that we eventually got. So it was whatever. The drinks were good anyways. But it was just the fact that he was bribing us with free drinks instead of, like paying the cameraman, that was just very bummy. And honestly, basically while I was there, I was just like standing in the table the entire time. Like I was not really feeling it at all. I didn't want to speak to nobody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was just not feeling it. I was just not feeling it. I mean, again, like the only thing I liked were the drinks or whatever. But it was just like it was about time for me to like just like I was just beyond ready to just go home after that. And so like a few moments passed, like a few minutes passed, there was this oh man, oh my goodness, there was this tall girl we're just gonna call her Tall Girl or whatever. She was like the only person that actually made it somewhat interesting and fun because I was just like not like in the mood or interested or whatever. Honestly, like she was the only person that like actually made it fun. Like even though she was clearly drunk, like she was just all over the place. Like she went from like dancing everywhere to like, just twerking and then just like just being crazy. And it was just really funny, honestly, because recently I had asked my homie if he still had the footage or whatever, which I'm not. Even if he did, I'm not gonna like put it on this video. But if you can kind of visualize like a tall girl just going crazy at the dance floor or at the tables or whatever, just like being crazy, then you'll kind of get what I mean or whatever. And it was just really funny, honestly. Eventually, I did get to dance with her and got to know her a little bit because it was just really funny just seeing her, just like going crazy or whatever. And another thing I forgot to mention was that there were strippers and dancers at that club, and so you know see, here's the thing. When it comes to a lot of guys, when they go to bars, they expect to like get girls' numbers. They expect to, like talk to the strippers and like, things like that. Because who wouldn't do that? And the thing about it is, you know, a lot of them can be like very confrontational about it, and they can be, like very selfish. Sometimes some of them can be selfish of like not like, I guess, sharing one of the women with their homies, or like, like they want to have the girls all to themselves. So basically what I'm trying to get at is that towards the end of that bar, because we were there basically the rest of the night, it was already, midnight once we arrived. We didn't go home till like damn near 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was crazy. But anywho, what I'm trying to get at is right towards the time when we was about to leave, when me and my homies were about to leave, I was about to walk up to, the girl that I was dancing with a little bit, and I was gonna wait until she had her conversations, whatever, or like through with her conversations with those dancers that I guess she was friends with or whatever. And so, like this tall birthday guy, Demon, he had basically came up to me and was like, caressing my shoulder, just like caressing my shoulder. And at that point, like I was starting to get like kind of worried because like I'm not trying to like make enemies with anybody, but unfortunately I did. All of those guys that were there, they were jealous because, see, another thing about it was that those dancers and those strippers, they were around me and my homies the entire time. Like the entire time. They were around us the entire time because they sense that we're cool people and that we're not, like trying to like, just like, make it obvious that we're trying to go after them. You see what I mean? And so they were around us the entire time. And so like while he was caressing my shoulder, he was basically like, yo, what bitch do you want? What bitch do you want? What bitch do you want? And it's like, dude, like, get off of me. And so basically the DJ at that bar and basically the rest of the people that was at that bar, like, keep in mind, like 90% of them were all black. And so basically they was trying to set up me getting a lap dance with one of the strippers there. And like I was just like completely stunned the entire time. Like I didn't even want that like at all. It's not like I could walk away and just say no. Like it was, I mean, maybe I could have, but at the same time, like I was just like very stunned the entire time. Like I like didn't really want this. I was just I was just I was just basically the simplest way to put it was that I was pressured into getting a lap dance from a completely different woman that I didn't even want to, that I wasn't even interested in. And once I got the lap dance, you know, there was people recording, music was playing, and I was just uninterested the entire time. Like I didn't even want this. I didn't even want that. And so what made it even crazier was that, you know, that stripper that gave me that lap dance, one of her friends, her other friends came up to me and was like, don't touch her. Like she had came up to me and told me in my ear was like, don't touch her. There's other niggas in that bar. And if they see that you're touching her, they're gonna want to kill you or something like that. And at that point, I was like, yeah, fuck this. And then I had got up from the chair, and my homies, they were obviously watching, and so they had no idea what was going on. They just saw me getting a lap dance or whatever, and they was cheering for me. And so I had told them what happened on the ride home. And so once I went up to them, I was like, yeah, let's go. And then we all immediately left. Like I was really just trying to tell this girl that I wanted to, that, like I was really trying to tell this girl that I was dancing with, that like, hey, it's nice to meet you. Me and my friends are gonna get going. It was a bad idea, and so, yeah. And the thing is that like, if it escalated really bad from that point than it already did, it probably would have led to like a shootout. So at that point, like now that I look back, I kind of had to just like kind of accept defeat a little bit. But yeah. And then basically I just told my friends, no more bars, no more clubs, just gonna stick to just going to raves basically. And I love going to raves, you know, more so the music and the environments and the mosh pits. And so yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for stopping by.